All right, guys, let's do a quick recap. So we went ahead and washed our tires and our wheels. We got those all cleaned up, ready to go. Right now, we'll jump into the second part of the video, which is the wash video. We'll go ahead and get the car rinsed off. Excuse me. But before I do that, I always like to start and get my buckets all set up and ready to go. So my rinse bucket is filled with water. My wash bucket is filled halfway with water. And before I start the wash process, I'll go ahead and add some Adams car shampoo to my wash mitt and fill that up the rest of the way. And then I'll get my MTM PF22 foam cannon and add some Adams shampoo to that and get that filled up the rest of the way. Today I'm not really concerned too much about time and the sunlight, because as you guys can see, it's a super overcast day here, and I won't have any problems with shampoo drying on my car or any other products that we use drying on the car. But we'll touch base on that further as we get a little bit further into the video. So right now let's go ahead and get the car washed or rinsed. All right, guys, so like I said, let's go ahead and start rinsing the car. Get this all rinsed off so that we can get the wash done. So I am using a MTM SGS 28 gun to rinse my car. I also have the MTM Lance, but I tend not to use that because my Stingray is so low to the ground. It's so low, rather, that I can rinse the car off without, at a safe distance, without worrying about marring up the paint, or actually not marring it, but cutting through the paint while I'm rinsing it. I do use the Lance, but I use that more so when I wash my Excursion. I'll tend to use the Lance for that, but for this, like I said, I feel comfortable just using the gun, and just rinse the car really well. As you can see, the car is beading water, so I have a nice amount of product on the car, and I'm not, you know, because like I said, I wash and treat the car every week, so the car is in great shape. I think you guys can see that the way the water is beading on the car right now. So we got the car rinsed, so let's go ahead and get our foam cannon loaded so that we can move into that, so that we can get the car foamed up. Now, just so that you guys know, I think this is a little tip. It's a little tip. I'm gonna call it a little pro tip. So using the PF22 foam cannon, I noticed if I put the shampoo directly into my foam cannon, it tends to stick to the bottom. So I add a little bit of water to my cannon, and then go ahead and squeeze in some car shampoo. Now, I use myself about 2.5 good squeezes of car shampoo, I never measure it. I probably should, but this works well for me. And I'll go ahead and fill this up the rest of the way with water, and then we'll jump right into foaming up the car. So give me a sec, let me get this filled up, and I'll be right back with you. All right, so now that we have our PF22 all filled up, as you guys can see, the Atom shampoo is not sticking to the bottom of the container. So let's go ahead, we went ahead and rinsed the car, so let's go ahead and foam the car. Now, normally I start on the other side of the car, but today we're going to start this way, get the car foamed up. And like I said, this is a MTM PF22 foam cannon and a MTM SGS 28 gun. And I'm also using a AR Blue Clean 2050 pressure washer. Now, I know there's a lot of talk out there about inexpensive pressure washers, but I really didn't see a need to spend, you know, $2,000 on a pressure washer that I'm just washing my car with. Now, maybe if this doesn't work or you know, starts to fail, maybe I'll switch it up. But I've been using this AR Blue Clean pressure washer for quite some time, and haven't had any problems with it. And as you guys can see, it produces plenty of foam. Now, this pressure washer is supposed to be 2050 psi at 1.4 GPM, and you know, that's what at least that's what the package says. So I don't have a way to test it, so I just got to take their word for it that that's what it's doing. Now that we got the car foamed, I'll go ahead and take the rest of the shampoo, dump it into my wash bucket, and we can go ahead and get started with the wash. All right. Make sure you guys are in focus. Yeah, you can see. You can see that. Dial you in just a little bit more. So, my wash procedure, like I said, I've already, as you guys see, foamed the car. Now we'll get into the wash portion of the car. I usually start at the top, and I just use a real light touch. Actually using no pressure at all. It's really just the weight of the wash mitt. And then I'll go ahead and flip that, hit the bottom, and I never go back up. So I try to just stay in in one direction, or not one direction, but one part of the car at a time. Doing the top portion first, then I'll flip the mid over and do the bottom part of the car. Do my rocker panels and rinse again. And like I said, I've had my car for months now, and this procedure that I use has been very effective. The car is scratch free, so I think my procedure is okay. I know it does help though. Let's talk about the car a little bit. It does help that the car is coated, or not coated, I shouldn't say coated. The car has paint protection film on it. Probably 85% of the car is covered in paint protection film. So you got a full front clip. The full front clip is covered. The A-pillars are covered. My lower rockers are covered. And part of the rear quarter panels are covered. I didn't do a complete wrap on the car. I didn't think it was necessary. You know, I got most of the parts of the car that I think sustain the most damage from rocks and chips. Thinking about getting the roof of the car done, but I haven't decided to do that yet. Also, the mirrors are done too, and the door seals are done as well. So like I said, the majority of the car is covered in paint protection film. You know, I don't follow any particular pattern when I'm washing the car, you know, up and down or left to right. I just kind of get around the car and get it cleaned as best as possible. And this is Adam's car shampoo that I'm using. It's a pH balanced shampoo, meaning that it will not streak. And that's why I kind of mentioned earlier about washing the car in the sun. With Adams, you don't have to worry about that. You can actually let this soap or shampoo dry on the car and come back and rinse it right off. It rinses right off. Like I said, I haven't ever had any issues with Adam's car shampoo. I think it's the best shampoo on the market. I've had tried a lot of shampoos, and Adam's to me is by far the best. You can feel the lubricity in the shampoo, and does a great job cleaning as well. So I've went all the way around the car. That's one good thing about the C7. It don't take you a long time to get around the car, because it's kind of small in comparison. Now my Excursion, that takes me a while to get around that thing, but C7, pretty fast. I'm not worried about the wheels and tires because we already hit those. Now, as you guys can see, I'll get my wash pad soaped up, wipe the car, flip it over, hit another section, hit the lower sections, and then it's to the rinse bucket. I have grit guards, and these dollies are from Grit Guard as well, but I have grit guards in the bottom of these buckets. I hardly ever go all the way down to the bottom of the bucket. I know you're supposed to. I never do. Like I said, the car is never dirty, or it'll get dusty. It's never dirty. So, and then using the pressure washer to do the rinse. Rinses all the heavy sediment and dust off the car. So I never feel like I need to scrub my wash pad on the bottom of those grit guards. So as you guys can see, we pretty much have washed the entire car. So let's go ahead and get the rinse done. All right, guys, so we're back now. We got the car washed. Just a quick recap. We did the wheels, we did the tires. Those are clean, ready to go. We rinsed the car. We foam cannoned the car. We foamed the car, I should say. And now we'll rinse the car and go from there. And I keep saying pro tip. I'm not a pro, but I just like to consider this a little bit of a pro tip. Make sure you stay a nice distance away from your paint so that you don't cut into your paint with the pressure washer. And also, if you are like me and your car is wrapped with the paint protection film, I mean, you have to hit it. There's no way around it, but just be very aware of your edges, because you don't want to lift those edges up with this pressure washer. The company that I had do my paint protection film did a really good job as far as wrapping all the edges. They didn't take the car apart to do the paint protection film, but they wrapped all the edges where they could. So, like I said, it's been wrapped for a number of months now, and I haven't had any issues with lifting or anything like that. But just be mindful of where your edges are so that you don't start lifting those up. Like I said, this AR Blue Clean 2050 works great. It's not the top of the line, but I didn't feel like spending top of the line money, like I said, on the pressure washer. that I was specifically going to do my car with. Maybe one day, if I deem it necessary, I will. But for now, works just fine. And it is the AR Blue Clean 2050. 2050 PSI. 1.4 GPM. Right. And the car is super clean now. It's beating like crazy. Let me bring you guys in a little bit. Hopefully you can see the you guys can see how that water just beads off the car. Yeah, I have no issues. And Adams, great product. MTM, great products as well. So guys, I think I'll wrap up this part of the video right here and bring you back for the next part of the video. I am going to be using a product that I haven't used before but heard a lot of good things about. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, hit the alert button so that you don't miss any of my future uploads. And thanks for allowing me to share my time with you and you with me. Also in the video description, you'll find links to all the products that I'm using in this video. So thanks a lot, guys, and you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you on the next video.